Hello everyone. Paul posted a question on the forum last week now, which I thought because this is a very common question and something that we see happens in the models, regardless of they're coming from Revit, built in 2D and then extruded or built in 3D. I thought I should just do a video recording here and just show you like how to fix these issues with the small alignments. So in this case, you can see something came in and there's like a small misalignment between this one, and that causes a small face. So this is a sample model that I put together. There are some that are easy and visible here, excuse me, and you can fix. And then you have something like this one, which is really hard to see if you're not careful. So we have a command called PO check geometry. You probably already know about that, but check geometry adjacency. So if I select this, you'll see that initially it doesn't show anything because of the threshold. So if I start like adding to the threshold, at some point, because these are big, like you can see this thing shows up, like, but these are, we didn't need this command to identify them, but this doesn't show up. The reason this doesn't show up because there is no intersection yet, so there is no vertices here to be checked against this one. Things can get worse when you get a model that the same model and someone.po solve adjacency, right? Intersect match. So now this one is actually like there is a small face here. This is solve adjacency. So now if I run the same command again, and in this case I have to bring down the minimum one to be able to see it because it's super small. So now you can see what happens, right? Now I have all these issues here. So how do you fix it? And generally speaking, even before doing solve adjacency, you want to do what I'm going just to do and align them with grids. But even if you get a model like the one that I got here, the first step is you want to go back to before the stage of solving adjacency. So for doing that, there is a command called PO rebuild rooms. What it does, it basically cleans up the room, reset all the boundary condition, and if there are faces that can be merged, it will merge them. So if I hide this, you'll see now it's merged. You don't see that small tiny face anymore. Then the next step is I'm going to use this command that we have called PO align to grid. And the way it works, you select the geometries and you have a simple option, which is threshold, that you can think about it as a grid, and you say just do 0.4 or do 1 meter or 1 unit of the document that you have in Rhino. This is good, but this is not practical because a lot of time not everything is aligned on 1 meter or 0.2, and there are some cases that like this, that if you put 0.2, in which direction do you want this to go? So what we found is practical is in most cases in design projects, you have access. You have grids that you wanted the geometry to align with, but then they didn't align because like someone draw them wrong, or like there was a mistake, or you put things on top of each other not really accurately. So the way to fix that is to use this command, and I'll run it in perspective so you can see how it works. PO align to grid. Select geometry. I'm going to select all the rooms. Then I'm going to select 3 different snap, or 2 for X and Y. For X direction, I click on it and it says like there are different solutions. One is custom. Custom will allow you to select lines or points. So I'm going to select these 2 lines for X direction. And don't get confused, this is in X direction. I know people might think about this as Y. So, and it shows you like where the plane will be for alignment. This is correct, so I accept it. Yes. Then I'll go for Y. I do the same thing. I click on custom. I select this. And I see the preview and I say yes. So now do you see threshold is 0.4. I can change it if I want. I'm not going to change it so you can see what happens. Now if I run it, you'll see these should all get fixed, but this one most likely is not going. I mean, actually, if this is, let me do the threshold as 0.2. smaller so I can show you that this one is not going to get fixed. So what will happen is the command will check all the faces, check their distance from these guidelines that we have in each direction, and then if it's smaller than threshold, it will snap it. So let me run this instead of talking. And here we go. So magic, this is all fixed. This is all fixed. But as you can see, this one didn't get fixed because it was larger than threshold. This threshold is useful because not every time all the geometry are aligned, right? Sometimes you want to just, if you want to only fix the mistakes, you want to put a very small threshold here. So let me check the distance here between this and this. So in y direction is 0.34. So if I change it to 0.4, actually that will work. So now I'm going to run the same command again. Align to grid. Select geometry. In this case, I only want to work with this one. And snapping y-axis, custom, select this, yes, and then change the threshold to something more than 0.34, which is 0.4, run, and here you go, this is fixed. Again, I changed the plan view so it's easier for you to see what happens, but you can see it happens in 3D. It does handle all the aperture opening that you have. And it's a great way to quickly fix the model. And we have used this for models with like hundreds and hundreds of rooms in several floors. And just magically everything gets fixed as long as you draw your guidelines correctly. Okay, that will be it. Let me know if you have any other questions and I'll be happy to answer them. Bye.